ready for drinking? Drawing? What about laughing? Well, hold on to your donkeys. It's season 3 of the ComX Friday Night Drink and Draw. With your hosts Sizzle and Spedsy, plus Quick Nick, our esteemed regulars, and Australia's best-looking creators. Many of whom have books for sale at comx.shop. Now, let's get stanky.
It is episode 96 of ComX's Friday Night Drink and Draw. And what better way to celebrate 96 than the Muppets?
Yeah, famous for obviously Kermit the Frog was invented in 1996. Seems a little off.
No, I don't think so. But
Yeah, stay tuned for more factual inaccuracies. Speaking of, thank you so much to the outpouring of emails, tweets, hashtags. Not since Janet Jackson's Nipplegate in the Super Bowl have there been so many emails and hashtags about nipples. Thank you for your words of encouragement. My nipples are warm. They're somewhat soft, doughy almost. So,
can we take a look?
That's for the after show. Speaking of, I keep saying speaking of as though I'm not speaking of anything, but until something segue. Of course, this show is brought to you by the ComX shop, and the owner, creator, man behind the shop is, of course, Shane Sizzle. Welcome, sir. Thank you for having us. That's you. And his left-hand man, of course, is the quick Meister General Nick Cleary.
Don't have time, Rob. I'm drawing your nipples as we speak. So
awesome.
Nice.
You and me both.
It's a living.
And the lady who sold a horse to Kelsey Reynolds. That would be Shaden Jew. Welcome.
So they say. Thank you for having me.
Are we going to expand on that story?
No.
Oh, it's one of those, is it? Is it like not safe for work stories?
It's a myth, it's a legend. So they say. The myth, the legend.
Yeah, now a man.
Did you sell a dodgy horse, did you?
What?
Dodgy horse? Was the horse dodgy?
I didn't sell a horse at all.
Sorry. Anyways, Rob, sorry. I know I made a bad
We've got an hour to go.
Apologies, Rob.
Alex. Everybody, that's Alex. Something black market animals. Most of them he smuggled across the border in his beard. It's Nick May.
Good day, everyone, and a special hello to Dave Dye and his sister, who I'm sure are watching as we speak.
Oh, yes. They better be.
I feel like there was an innuendo in there almost, like, just shout out to Dave Dye and his sister. Yeah, g'day, mate. That's
Says more about you than me.
Ryan Christopher, welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
Awesome. Rob O'Connor, Death Ship Jenny's Own, welcome back.
Oh, it's got no sound.
Oh no, Robert. I'll do the voice of Rob O'Connor. It's great to be here, everybody.
Wow. Speaking of Muppets, that's like, I didn't even see your mouth move.
Sorry, Rob.
It's Radicals, Final Dragons, Edmund Kisley. Welcome back. Been a long time.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Can you tell us about those globes in the background? Yeah.
They're just there. I moved where my office is. So they're up there.
Nice.
Oh, they've moved upwards. Or you've gotten lower.
I've gotten lower.
A man too stupid to stream. It's Brad Daniels.
Good eye.
We're here to talk Muppets. Now, Sis, the Muppets, an American ensemble cast of puppet characters known for absurdist, burlesque, and self-referential style of variety sketch comedy, created by Jim Henson in 1955. Now, Sears, I'm going to hit you with a few fun facts throughout the night.
Nice.
But firstly, to the people watching, I want comments, favorite Muppets and why. I want to know some whys. I want to be reminded of some deep cut Muppets that I've.
How's that for a little reminder? Eh?
That's smaller than I expected.
I love how he's got Kermit the Frog eyes.
He sure does. And that's the best quick of the night. All right.
So far.
Feel like the nose is getting hurtfully big.
That's what she said.
Oh, come on.
Sis, I'm going to be drawing tonight too. So,
okay.
So brace yourself for some awkward silences where you might feel the need to take over. But Sis, tell me about.
But thanks.
Tell me about your experience with the Muppets.
Well, I believe Sesame Street is the Muppets, so that's probably where it started.
Sesame Street is a Muppets.
No, they had Muppets in Sesame Street, I should say.
Okay.
And I remember loving the Muppet Show. I don't remember an awful lot about it, except probably Fozzie Bear, and Kermit, and I can't even remember their names. See, that's how much I don't remember. I remember Yakka Yakka Yakka.
Fun. Now, what was Fonzie Bear's famous catchphrase?
Isn't it Waka Waka Waka?
Yeah, wasn't there something with thumbs? Fonzie Bear?
I think it was
Waka Waka Waka.
Oh, okay, I forgot that bit.
They were happy days, weren't they, Sis, back then?
Happy days. Well, my favorite would have to be Animal, because he was just crazy. So, yeah.
Okay.
I felt connected to Animal.
Like the hairiness, you're a drummer by something in your blood makes you want to beat pigskins.
No, I'm not going to go down that path.
Okay.
No, I'd like to hit and bang and smash things. Maybe does that count?
Okay. Hit and bang.
Sizzle.
Well, Sis, your fun fact for the night is the original Kermit was made out of an old coat that once belonged to Jim Henson's mother, and the eyes were made from ping pong balls.
I can believe that.
There you go. Oh, they're all real. Why would I lie? It's such a weird thing to lie about.
Wouldn't you?
All right, quick, give me your favorite Muppet and why.
I would have said Animal before this guy came in, but I'm going to keep it fresh. I really like that dog. The dog on the piano.
It's Rolf.
Ralph?
That one. Let's go with that one.
So your thought process was, my favorite is Animal. Think of another one. The only other actual animal.
I would have said Kermit, but I feel like there's going to be a lot of Kermit content tonight.
Oh, no, Dan just reminded me. No, I connected more with Gonzo, because he was...
All right, I'd like to change my answer back to Animal. Thank you, Rob.
Yeah, cool. There you go.
Yeah, well, see, we touched on this at the start of the show with Nick's first quick. I have a bit of low-key trauma when it comes to the Muppets, because I've been called Gonzo in the past. I've also been called Beaker. Now, for those who know Beaker, we'll call up his photo before the end of the night. Now, quick, Rolf, of course, is a musician. He's a piano player. Have you got any musical skills that make your ears do this while you play?
Yeah, I play the harmonica and I pop my head up and down, all sorts during that. I'm all about the arts. He's his animal.
This is Animal.
That's awesome. And there's a bit of Brad Daniels in there too.
Oh, there's a bit of Brad.
There's a bit of Brad in everyone.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys.
That's okay.
Alex doesn't
It's
mind.
okay. It's just a tip of bread anyway.
Quick, would you like your fun fact of the Muppets?
What are my options?
No, it's just yes or no. And even if you said no, I'll call this content.
No, the answer's no then.
All right, well. So the original Kermit.
Said no.
This is a bonus for Sizzle's fact. The original Kermit now resides in the Smithsonian. But quick, your fun fact is that Jim Henson first created the Muppets in 1955 for his TV show called Sam and Friends. Sam and Friends was Jim Henson's first TV show. The show was only 5 minutes long and aired twice daily on WRC TV in Washington, D.C. It ran from May 9, 1995 to December 15th, 1961. It's a fair run.
That would have been like the groundwork for him to like. I'm assuming Kermit was on it, and he could take that character to the next platform and stuff.
Yeah,
that's right.
Kermit and Rolf both appeared on Sam and Friends.
Ooh.
Oh, cool.
That's why we put you last, Brad, to bring it home with some chestnuts like that.
Yeah, baby.
We end on the expert. Now, quick, of course, your favorite Sam and Friends episode is
the one with Ted Danson.
Yeah, what was the song he was dancing to?
The seventh melody.
Oh.
Yeah.
If Brad's laughing, that's a win for me. I don't care how crap the joke is.
It's like, oh my god, so bad,
like
so bad.
My job is done.
I love it.
Now, thank you, of course, to Dr. Dre for letting Slim Shady join us tonight. Shaden, what is your experience with the Muppets? Were you a Muppet Show kid? Never heard of them?
Shaden's actually wearing Kermit at the moment. She's
later in the show, I have to show you guys my Kermit the Frog concert bag. Don't let me forget. I've actually got a bag that looks like Kermit. It's not Kermit, it's not official, but it looks like him. And it's my favorite bag. But funnily enough, as a kid, I was pretty traumatized by the Muppets. For some reason, I was really scared of them. But later in life, I came to really appreciate the craftsmanship that really went into each and every Muppet. And for me, my favorites now, in hindsight, I think would probably be Miss Piggy, only because I really like the detail that's gone into each and every one of her costumes and how well she's like pulled off in them. So for me, that's my favorite character in the Muppets.
No. Now, do you know how?
Text Miss Piggy.
Yeah, so you tripping over you saying puppet and then change it to Muppet. Do you know where the term Muppet comes from?
No, I don't know. Where does it come from?
Well, the Muppets got their name from a combination between the words marionette and puppet.
Oh.
Of course. Oh my gosh.
And let's be fair, that it's 80% puppet and 20% marionette. They just took the M and.
There you go. I had no idea.
Shaden's fun fact.
Hell yeah.
For those playing at home, I'll give you a quick clue as to who I'm drawing. Does this tell you anything? Is it working? Is it there?
Yes, it is.
That's no.
Bananas and pajamas.
That's no Muppet.
Hey, that's
Layer 2. What?
Well, yeah.
Well, can I interrupt the show just briefly?
Uh-oh.
Of course, Alex. Oh, someone else.
No, it's me. It's not Alex at all.
Hey.
So, Shane, where's your hat? What's going on?
Oh.
I didn't recognize you. Oh, thank God. The universe is back as it should be.
Here's Shaden Biggie, everyone. Oh no, it's not coming up.
Oh, it's broken.
Oh my God, that's so good. I love it. I love it.
Back to you, Rob.
Yeah, I think I've killed it by having my drawing in the background. I'm going to get rid of it. It is not worth the slowing of everything. All right, Alex.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where is Alex? Oh, there he is.
Oh, what's happening?
Nothing. I'm here. What?
Oh, Robsy's muted himself. He's all over it. What's
Oh,
he done?
golly. Can you hear me? Am I here? Yeah, give it to us, Alex. I want to hear. This could go. You know, we never know with Alex. He may have worked on.
Do you want a Muppet fact?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Well, you know the Transformers theme song?
I do.
The one where it goes.
Let me see.
Yeah. You know the Muppet Babies theme song?
Muppet
I don't know the Muppet Babies theme song. Can you give it
Neither
to
do
us?
I off the head, but it's done by the same guy. It was written by the same guy that did the Transformers theme song. He also did Fraggle Rock and did Muppet Babies. So there you go.
That guy's work will live forever.
And that guy's name is shit.
Is it?
Somebody Google.
Wow.
No. He's actually a nice guy. Very, very friendly guy. But anyways, that's a fact. But not enough facts, just some facts. It's not the full facts. Rest of the facts is the part of the fun of this fact is to Google the rest of the facts. So,
Alex, have you met the gentleman that you're talking about?
No, we talked once because we connected on LinkedIn, and I was looking for someone to do the scoring for our show in China, and the guy that was funding it was he assumed he was like a big Transformers fan, and just for the sake of the show, probably Muppets, but you know. And I was like, well, I can get the guy to do the song for our show. And he's like, cool. And then I'm like, but he didn't fork out the money, which I thought was actually, he was pretty reasonable money as well. I wasn't asking for anything unrealistic. So I was like a bit miffed about that whole scenario.
Yeah.
But I didn't meet him in person. I just talked to him for like about half an hour and geeked out. Oh my God, you did that. Da, 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 da. He's like, yep, I did that. And he's like, that's so cool.
Did you? Yeah. Sounds like riding a horse, the horse version.
Yeah, it was Dinky. Well, Dave wasn't looking. But yeah. But anyways, my favorite Muppets, I don't have one favorite Muppet because the two Muppets compete against each other of favoritism. And it's like the two old dude that keeps from the side of the thing. I forgot their names, but I like their quips.
Waldorf.
So what is it, Brad?
Sadler and Waldorf.
There you go, Sadler and Waldorf. So there you go. I remember I used to watch that show when I didn't speak English, so I just liked the puppets. I don't know what was going on, but they were all making funny noises. Some people say I still don't speak English, but
what is it? Do you think you liked so much about the grumpy old dudes that kept interrupting the show?
Exactly. They're my idols. I want to do what they do.
Yeah.
Except on the internet.
Dreams can come true.
Yeah, it was like 1991. I was watching it, and I'm like, I want to do this when the internet becomes big in 2023. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I could play a small part in your.
Anyways,
your dreams. Alex, would you like a fun fact about the Muppets?
Is it more fun than my fact?
Probably. Well, you might be able to guess this one.
Probably. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna let you guess the name. So, Kermit would occasionally don a blonde wig to assume a feminine alter ego named.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, have a guess. What do you think? What do you think Kermit as a lady name would
Charlene?
be? Ooh, nowhere near. Kermina.
Oh, Kermina.
Yeah.
What was it? Was it also? Was he trying to fool other male Muppets that he's like a sexy Muppet? and then trick him by removing the wig, because that's what Bugs Bunny used to do.
Fun fact,
And I don't even know if that's offensive or not anymore.
Kermina was also where Emperor Palpatine got all the clones organized as well.
Yeah.
Nick, you're young. Is that offensive? What Kermit was doing?
I don't know, but here's you in the air conditioner.
That is a different but good, Alex. You've got to play with it. I like it.
Oh, man, my Windows is still updating. It says 100% complete for like half an hour now.
You keep us updated on that one, Alex.
I will.
Thanks, Alex.
Yeah. For anybody watching.
I was worried.
Yeah, I don't know. This is really frustrating.
Oh, hey.
So, people at home, I want more Muppets in the comments, please. I want to, of course, here's a chestnut that I recall. Pigs in space. Now that was I'm suddenly blanking on the Lady Pig, Miss Piggy.
Piggy.
Lady Pig.
It was her and two pig dudes? Brad, fill me in. What was the deal with those guys?
Dr. Strange Swine and the hero guy.
Is that Link Hamhock or something?
That sounds similar.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There was like a handsome pig.
Yeah.
Thanks. There's one on this very show, co-hosting it. Oink, oink. All right. Dave Dye is sorely missed because he would have groaned at that joke, which would have made it worth it. Nick May, give us some puppet facts from your journey through this mortal coil.
I'm going to go Sesame Street. When I was a youngster, in my alternative education, we weren't allowed to watch TV growing up, but specifically we weren't allowed to watch Sesame Street because they taught us to say the alphabet wrong. And now, 50 years later, I can't remember. So it was something about Z and Z was most concerning to anthroposophists all around the world. So, so Sesame Street was on the banned list.
Oh, boy, tough.
Now, tell us more about this TV ban in your house, because back in the day, your house was my second house when I was best friends with your brother.
So this was almost
TVs, and they were on.
This was probably before both you and Dan were born. We had one of those old black and white TVs that some people might remember. It had the rabbit ear antennas, so every time you changed the channel, you had to adjust the aerial. But also, the picture would roll, so you had to reach around behind it and adjust the vertical roll thing to stop the picture from spinning. So we weren't allowed to watch TV, but then we were allowed to watch half an hour a week. We were allowed to watch The Wonderful World of Disney on Sunday night. And then for a little while, I think on the ABC, there was the Ben Hall miniseries. So we were allowed to watch Disney and then Ben Hall. So good times through the early to mid 70s.
So the aerial
sounds awesome.
Problem played a big part in you not being allowed to watch TV. Your parents were worried about the influence of reach arounds every night. They
were the exact words. Yes.
Yeah. Nick, would you like a fun fact?
I would love a fun fact.
Well, the name of the Muppet Show pilot that aired in 1975 was The Muppet Show, Now, what do you give us just a random, pull it out of the air. What do you think the subtitle of the show was?
The pilot episode.
Wrong. Oh, Brad, go for it.
The Muppet Show, Sex and Violence.
Now, does that sound even remotely correct? A show aimed at kids, and the premiere episode is called Sex and Violence. Well, the title was meant to be a parody of the proliferation of sex and violence on television. And yes, the first ever episode, 1975, The Muppet Show, Sex and Violence.
Wow.
Thanks, Brad. Rob, what trivia are you giving? Sorry, Brad knew that one.
Of course, Sex and Violence is the name of both my nipples.
Both of them. That must be
Isn't it just like one sex, the other one violence? Or
Have you got tats?
Like my nieces.
Like the names pointing to them and stuff like that?
Ruby, and all the real Mays.
So Dan May is down in Melbourne, right? So is he at your house right now? No.
No, he's at our older brother's house, I believe, with our younger sister who's over from Indonesia. So we're having an almost May reunion.
Yeah.
And you didn't go because of the show?
Yeah, baby.
Nice.
I'm the bald sheep of the family. So
why is Dan normally is not in? Where's Dan normally when he's not in Melbourne?
In the sewers.
Yeah, but which ones? Because Melbourne has sewers.
In the Suez Canal.
In Suez, like up in
Don't try and
Egypt.
dox his brother, Alex.
I like his drawings.
Love you, Dan.
Ryan, welcome to whatever this is. I don't know. Welcome to this. I was going to say a show, but I don't know if we can even.
I don't know what it is.
Is this a show? It's definitely something. But so welcome to it.
Thank you.
Ryan, are you into Muppets? Do you have a favorite?
I am
Muppet?
into Muppets.
Okay, give it to us.
I have a favorite Sesame Street Muppet, and I have a favorite Muppet.
I want
so
both.
If we want to do a double header,
and I want why.
Okay, so I'm definitely from the Elmo generation of Sesame Street.
Really?
Yeah, you can't hate Elmo. He's got a pet rock. He's got grudges. We've got so much in common. And my favorite Muppet, again, the most nervous guy on the planet. He's got so many neuroses that I just can't get enough.
Oh, I think that's going to be Beaker.
Beaker.
Oh, that's me. That's my guy. I feel seen. What is Elmo, Ryan? Like, what creature is he or whatever? Is he a seal?
He's just a 3.5-year-old monster.
Oh, he's a monster.
Elmo's just a monster.
Yeah, just like Cookie
Elmo,
Monster
like
and
Grover, Cookie Monster, Tully,
Oscar the Grouch.
They're all distantly related to each other, I believe.
And so I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Big Bird is a bird. Now, is Big Bird an actual bird, or is it a monster bird being its size or whatever?
Rob, it was actually a man in a suit, believe it or not.
No,
I'm going to choose to believe it not.
And so Snuffleupagus is a woolly mammoth?
No, well,
He's
he
imaginary.
is, but he's also imaginary.
And a Muppet.
Wait,
And a Muppet.
the Snuffleupagus is a figment of Big Bird's imagination.
Yes.
He was.
Well, he was, but now he's been brought to life.
Wait.
Mind blown.
So there was a period in the show where only Big Bird interacted with Snuffleupagus.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he was like chilling out with Oscar, and Oscar's like, "Oh, I'm living in a bin, man." And he's like, "Yeah, well, I was talking to my woolly mammoth buddy." And he's like, "What woolly mammoth buddy?" And it's like, "Just over there."
Do you know what that episode was called, Rob?
Go.
Fight Club.
And then so what? How was he brought to life, Ryan? Was there a ceremony? Did they?
I don't know that detail.
I know the detail.
I believe it involved witchcraft.
Really?
No.
It is a kids show.
Brad, firstly, tell us, was Big Bird ever called on it? Like, dude, who are you talking to? And then fast forward, how and when did Snuffleupagus become corporeal or whatever?
Okay,
Real.
so he never was like talking to someone that someone couldn't see. Snuffleupagus always left before the other person walked in. So it was always a possibility he was real.
Just
And
like
what
Fight Club.
actually happened? Yeah, just like Fight Club. In fact, I've got a plan for everyone. After we finish the show tonight, there's some buildings we can go visit. But yeah,
Hey.
what happened on Sesame Street is like they decided, well, it's sort of humiliating for no one to believe Big Bird about Snuffleupagus. So one time, Big Bird said, "Look, it really, I haven't seen the actual episode, but there was someone said." Big Bird said, like, it really hurts my feelings that you don't believe me. And they said, oh, we're sorry, Big Bird. We believe you. And from that time on, everyone could see Snuffleupagus.
Oh. It was that easy.
That easy.
I feel really bad that you guys can't see Colonel Kentucky right behind me giving me free chicken.
Yeah.
Not him.
And who's this Shane guy you keep on talking about?
So the fact that he's called Big Bird infers that there are regular sized birds at Sesame Street.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's chickens at least.
The missing link.
There's that blue American Eagle guy.
Oh yeah,
He's a Muppet.
Eagle.
He's not a Sesame Street guy.
You can't say that on the show, Ryan.
Does everybody remember the story of when Adelaide made headlines when those teenagers stole the Big Bird costume? It's like the one claim to fame that Adelaide has. I remember that being all over our news. That was the only thing that was interesting in Adelaide. That was really quite the story.
It didn't make it out of the state, apparently, Shaden. It's just you and me.
Yeah. Well, I remember a fun fact about the costume that they used in that show for Big Bird. It was made out entirely from ostrich feathers, which is what made it so expensive. I didn't know that. So there you go.
Wow.
Ostrich feathers.
So I assume dyed yellow, or
I assume so, yeah.
yeah.
So whether or not they use the same or a similar costume in the actual show, I don't know. But I know they definitely used that in the live performance show when it was here in Adelaide. So there you go.
Yeah, right.
There's a really great behind the scenes photo of Carol Spivey, who did Big Bird, was in the Big Bird suit, but then also did the voice of other Muppets. And so it's a behind the scenes shot of him doing Oscar the Grouch or something, I believe. And so you see him with his hand up doing Oscar, but then from the waist down, he's still dressed as Big Bird.
Oh, wow.
So it's actually, so it's just, I've always loved that picture.
That's quite the talent to have as well, multitasking and whatnot. That's pretty cool.
Ryan, it's time for your fun fact.
Woo.
Stop clapping, everyone, so people can't hear me ask the question. The Muppet Show, Ryan. American show, you think?
The Muppet Show.
Yeah. Is it an American show?
I would have thought so.
In your face! It's British. Apparently. Jim Henson produced 2 pilots for The Muppet Show, neither of which led to the show being picked up by American TV networks. British commercial station ATV offered a deal to Henson for him to produce the show at their ATV studios in England. As part of the deal, ATV would broadcast the show over ITV stations in the UK. The show was then sold to the US as part of a syndication deal. So there you
that's cool.
Yeah.
There's so many shows like that.
Oh, there you go.
Is that it, Ryan, or did I find something else not quite right?
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Big day at work.
And I think I don't know. For me, like nothing captures like I guess like the magic of the Muppets than seeing or at least Sesame Street than seeing a picture like that. Like it was such a small crew of super talented people that made this show happen.
Yeah. That's super cool.
Much like this show, we have a whole crew, many of them with their hands up our butts.
You want to see?
That's not related to the show.
Not me.
Yeah, it doesn't help the show in any way. It's just a creature comfort that ComX gives everybody.
Because chairs aren't comfortable for me. I need a hand.
Rob O'Connor, are you audible? Can we hear you? Let's find out. How's that going? You sound like you're at the bottom of Oscar the Grouch's bin. We can hear you in the faint distance, but if everyone is super quiet, we will be able to hear you. Yeah.
Nice.
Rob, who's your favorite Muppet and or Fraggle and or Sesame Streeter? You put the dog in the pot. Now, is that culturally insensitive these days? Do they put dogs in pots in Sweden?
Can I share a Muppet fact?
Please.
Okay. Did you know that in Sweden he's known as the Norwegian chef?
Really?
Yeah.
No way! Really?
They're the only country on earth where they're like.
Do they have to dub him so they can understand him?
So they wouldn't change the Z to a Z, but they would change the word Swedish to Norwegian.
Yeah.
Right.
Apparently it was like they had to do it or else they wouldn't show the show in Sweden.
Yeah, right. Imagine it's pretty hard to lip sync to Kermit, though. It'd be a bit of work.
But I don't think they dub. Usually American shows aren't dubbed in Scandinavian countries. Maybe subtitled, but...
Interesting fact here.
My friend is Swedish and she cuts pizza with scissors.
Hey!
Stefans? Oh, okay.
From the there. Oh, this is a favorite.
Rob, are you ready for a fun fact and or kind of trivia question? So Kermit was not the original host of the Muppet Show. Nigel, the orchestra conductor, hosted the Sex and Violence pilot, but he was dropped because he was deemed what?
Boring.
He was.
We got two people on boring.
Not a frog.
Not amphibious enough.
Not Greek enough.
Brad knows a lot about this.
Brad, give it to us. What was he?
He was too sexy.
No, well, I've got too wimpy. He was apparently too wimpy to host the Muppet Show.
So they call
on top of the Jamaican guy that took over from... They had the Jamaican Muppet that took over from Kermit the Frog. What up with
Oddly
him?
enough, it's the same problem we had when I started hosting this show, but we powered through because it's 2020. Well, it was 2021 at the time. It's a new age. Wimpy guys, we can host shows now, can't we, Sis?
Okay.
The first F word was from the editor in chief.
From Sis.
Yeah. No rules these days.
If Kermit stepped in, like this courageous fucking guy.
Yeah, well, yeah. Oh dear.
Oh, I find everybody else. Yeah. Whoa, he's so courageous.
Wow.
So kind.
Hey boys, I'll watch the replay out at the moment. Thanks for the update, Bo.
Yeah.
Keep us posted how the replay went. Maybe let us know on next week's show how you found this week's show. and when you're planning on watching it.
Hey Rob, what did you think of Rob O'Connor? What did you think of Spedsy's factoid? Oh, I was hoping for that. Next up.
All right, Ed. I feel like you could be low-key a Muppets maniac, or you've never watched it. This could go one of several ways. Give it to us.
I love the Muppets. They're in the 80s.
Oh.
It was one of my favorite shows. It was on Sunday nights, I think, when I was a little kid. And I remember waiting every episode at the start to see if it was going to be the Star Wars episode.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But that was only on like once a year. But it was still good. And then Fraggle Rock later on was one of my favorite shows. So I've been a big Muppets fan since my whole life, pretty much.
Yeah, that's awesome. What are you drawing tonight? Can you give us a clue?
It's a Muppet.
I love it.
Oh, that was gold.
All right. Well, Ed, are you ready for your fun fact / trivia question?
Yes, I am.
Okay. According to her puppeteer, Frank Oz, Miss Piggy's childhood was described as what?
I don't know.
Pretty rough. She grew up, according to Frank Oz, in 1979. She grew up in a small town in Iowa. Her father died when she was young, and her mother wasn't that nice to her. She had to enter beauty contests to survive, as many single women do, apparently. She has a lot of vulnerability, which she has to hide because of her need to be a superstar.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah.
So deep.
Now, I don't know what the rules are here, Brad. I don't know if I know you well enough. Quick can make jokes about my nose, and we all laugh along, and I save my tears for after the show. I want to make a comment about you having Muppet-like eyebrows. Now,
thank you. That is
put me in the private chat if that's not acceptable.
No, that's lovely. I didn't start out like this, Rob. It wasn't the plan. A few years ago, it was all the same color.
Okay.
Like up here and there, and then it just sort of changed until now. I've got these crazy Muppet eyebrows going on. I'm not looking a gift horse in the mouth.
Gift dinky, as we like to say.
Oh, nice.
I can smell what you're cooking.
Yeah, maybe.
So, look, can we just hit you can we bombard you with questions?
Sure you can.
But first of all,
I don't know if I'll be able to answer them, but yeah.
Tell us about your love of the Muppets and/or Sesame Street, and then everybody feel free to hammer Brad with the weird, is Big Bird a real bird type questions? Because let's get to the bottom of all of this. All right, Brad, tell us stuff.
Yeah, of course. I watched Sesame Street like everyone else when I was a kid, and I think the Muppet Show came out between 77 and 79. That was to give my age away, that was when I was of the ages 7 to 9. So it really impacted me. I remember watching the original Muppet movie when it came out. And that was a good film. And I've been a little bit obsessed with Muppets. But I've also been in Muppet-style shows. Doing puppetry and stuff like that. I have a friend, Brett Hansen, who runs Larrikin Puppets up here in Queensland, which does puppet shows around all the schools and fairs and stuff like that. And he arranged a show called Thank Trog You're Here, which is an improvised puppet show, which had we were using Muppet-style puppets, and there was a camera trained on the performance area. So we were performing off to the side of the stage. The audience could either watch the puppets being like projected onto the big screen, or they could watch the people performing the Muppets at the same time at the side of the stage. It was a great fun show. Did it a couple of times. Yeah. And I don't know. I know a lot about Muppets. I was gonna try and dig out my Muppet comics to show you guys today, but I couldn't find them.
I didn't even know there were Muppet comics. Are they? So, do humans? So this is a kind of a question. So the comic,
yeah,
like on the show, there are humans walking around.
Yeah,
it's a show, and the human is the guest or whatever. In the comics, are there humans, or is it just the the Muppets walking around?
It's just Muppets in the versions of the comics I've seen. There was a single like graphic novel sort of thing that came out in the 70s, I think, which was called the Muppet Show comic book, which was a story like done in the style of a TV show. Really, I don't know who the writer and artists were. They weren't credited as far as I know. But back in the noughties, Walter Langridge, I don't know if you're familiar with his work. He's a New Zealand cartoonist. He did a series of miniseries for Marvel, which had just been acquired by Disney back at that time, who also owned the Muppets. And he did some really good comics in the same style. So it's just like the Muppet Show, except only Muppets, no guest stars, and they were putting on a show, and you saw the backstage action and the stuff that was happening on stage.
Mm.
So I'd highly recommend, particularly the Andrew Langridge. I can't remember. There's two brothers from New Zealand, but yeah, he's got a really cool cartoony style. He's worked for everyone.
Roger.
Okay. Cool.
Roger Landridge. That sounds right.
Now we of course know the Muppets while they're at work, right? So they're putting on a show. We know the show and then the backstage of the show.
Yep.
When the show wraps, where does Kermit go? Where does Miss Piggy go? What do they do?
I imagine they go into a suitcase or something like that.
I'm talking in universe. Come on, let's keep it kayfabe, brother.
Well, there are a series of movies that are all about this.
I've not seen a single one. Tell me what's going on. No,
You've never seen the Muppet movie?
Not in the last 30 years, at least.
Wow. Well, Muppet movie is
Really?
like an origin story for the Muppets.
I don't fuck with puppets, man.
Yeah. It starts out in a swamp with Kermit playing Rainbow Connection.
Okay, I think I know this bit, right?
Yeah, and then
I had
Don
the soundtrack
comes onto
as a
the
kid.
scene and says, "You should go to Hollywood." So he goes to Hollywood, meets Fozzie, meets Gonzo, meets the Electric Mayhem.
That's kind of sad.
Yes.
And there's a Pac-Man on it.
It's a lily pad.
Oh, that's what it is.
So yeah, the first Muppet movie called The Muppet Movie is basically how they became rich and famous, basically.
Hmm.
And then they did the Great Muppet Caper.
I forget the order.
And then there was like Muppets Take Manhattan, where Piggy finally tricks Kermit into marrying her.
Okay.
And then it just got weirder and weirder. It was like Muppet Christmas Carol and Muppet Treasure Island and the Muppet Wizard of Oz. Basically, they were just doing versions of other stories. Oh, and Muppets in Space, which is very divisive indeed. Because it has an origin for Gonzo.
That's the one that came out in 98, $8.99. Is that the one?
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was
And you-
collecting box office figures at the time for AC Nielsen, and I remember that was not doing good money.
No.
The Gladiator
wanted
was.
It's like the Star Wars prequels. No one wanted an explanation of how Gonzo became Gonzo, you know. But it turns out he's
Yeah, I
an
hated
alien,
that
in case
part
you're
in Star
wondering.
Wars.
What about you, Spedsy? Did you want a little bit of a Gonzo backstory? Does it something that might?
I was like, this doesn't feel like a genuine question. This feels like a setup.
They're all setups, baby.
That's too real. You have to do one with me and Vika crying as well, because it's another. Brad, has Sesame Street and the Muppets ever crossed paths?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Give me one
Most
instance.
notably, there was a Christmas special, I think in the early '80s. I think it was called A Very Muppet Christmas. It had all the Muppets from the Muppet Show, and the Sesame Street Muppets, and Fraggle Rock all together.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
It
That's
was
big.
also, I think, the first appearance of the
That's a
Muppet
lot of
Baby.
people doing this.
But hasn't Kermit and Miss Piggy been on Sesame Street?
Hey?
Kermit hosts the
Kermit has, I know for sure.
like a news show on Sesame Street, I think.
Yeah, and I think Cookie Monster also
Muppet
has
News.
been on both.
Oh, he gets around.
Yeah, he does. Is it official that Bert and Ernie are gay yet, or they're still closet?
I remember that, Adam.
I think it's Bert and Ernie are not, but I think the most recent development is that Beaker and Professor Bunsen Honeydew are.
Whoa.
Wow.
Are they
There
together?
you go. Now I like where the
Yeah,
show's
they're
going
like-
now about the Muppets.
They're together. Beaker and Bunsen Honeydew are an item.
Wow. Right.
There you go.
Yeah, there was a
That's an
moment in a
abusive
recent thing.
relationship.
So
It
was
is a
there
little
is there
bit, yeah.
are there any dirt like when Miss Piggy and Kermit are married, but Kermit has like another side pig or something?
Whoa. A little bit of bacon on the side.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
Ham on one side, bacon on the other.
Damn.
and they're
Shame on
talking.
you, Alex.
That'd be a little rash.
Oh,
But I don't know. Sausage is also made out of pork, right?
Go on,
Okay.
Alex.
sometimes.
Keep
Go
going.
on.
Everyone, give him
Yeah,
space.
No,
Keep
no,
going,
it's okay.
Keep going. So the sausage is also made out of pork. Where are we going?
No, I'm just trying to think about like all the side
Bring it home.
side pigs that Kermit the Frog has.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh well. Anyways, yeah,
We haven't stuck the landing. I want it.
it doesn't need
So-
to land. It's still just going. It's just flying off. That whole thing
Okay.
that everything comes down. That's not true. As you can see, this just left.
It's loved. There's love
Yeah.
from the audience.
So coming up. So lame.
Like what's that? I mean, that could be referred to anything.
Shh. We're going for it.
I'm just going to
Yeah.
assume he's talking about me.
But anyways, updates. My Windows is booting up now. So
Oh, great.
it took
Oh,
almost an
nice.
hour, but so next time I'll have a better angle for next show. Next week I'll have a better angle, hopefully.
Oh,
Awesome. If we can just get
Now
an
you can
update,
see all my chins.
if we can get an update from Bo about when he's going to watch the episode, then between those two news items, I'll be sweet. Brad, do you want a fun fact that you'll probably already know?
I'd love one. I'll let. How about
Yeah.
I let you know whether I know it or not, and you have to decide whether I'm lying or not.
Okay.
Wow.
Guest
Right.
stars
So make a
on
game
the
of
Muppet Show. Guest stars on the Muppet Show could request to appear in a scene with their favorite Muppet. Who do you think was the most requested, Brad?
I'm going to say I don't know this one, but I'm going to say Miss Piggy.
Correct. Who do you think was a
Oh,
close
well done.
second?
Animal.
Holy moly! Yes, correct.
Killing it.
Animal is the best Muppet. Everyone knows that.
Well, who was Animal inspired by? Brad?
I don't know. What's the name of John Bonham, the drummer from Led Zeppelin?
Keith Moon from the Who.
Keith Moon from the Who.
Wrong.
Who said that?
Wrong.
Ryan.
Ryan.
Dad Rock.
It's the Who. I know it from being a Who reference more than a Muppets reference.
All right, Brad, sit this one out for a sec. It's time to test Ryan's medal here. Ryan,
Okay.
who or what is the largest Muppet?
I know it.
Sweetums? Is it Sweetums?
Ba-bow. Before we go to Brad, anyone else want to have a shot?
The Big Bear.
Big Bird?
Incorrect.
No, there's one bigger than Big Bird.
Bigger Bird?
Yeah, it's not getting better than that. All right, Brad, give us the answer.
I don't know. Is it Snuffleupagus?
Well, he stands over 9.5 feet tall and is 4 feet wide.
Oh my god.
Dog?
What did you say, quick? I mean, Sizzle?
Thog.
Thog is correct. Now, wait.
Thanks, Jerry.
I can hear the lady of ComX in the background. I feel like this is that moment where Eddie Maguire says on the phone a friend thing, "Can I hear typing in the background?" So yeah, I'm calling a foul there. Brad remains our
Thog. It's what was that? Thog. Yeah.
Yeah. He who puts his hand up the Muppet's butt has the power of Thog.
Oh my god. That's huge.
Look at that.
Wow,
guy.
that is
That's actually kind of terrifying.
Not one of the cute Muppets.
You want terrifying?
So how many people would puppeteer Thug?
I think he's a one-man job.
I got Robert.
Oh yeah, that guy, the professor guy.
Yeah, and you,
My
man.
nose does go red in the winter. This is getting more factual and hurtful as we go on.
Hey, can I share a Muppet comic that I just didn't remember I had until Brad said Muppet comic?
Please.
It's from the Angel comic books. It's called Smile Time. And something happens, and our good friend David Boreambrines gets turned into a Muppet.
I'm just trying to Google it. What was that last name again?
Boreambrines.
Boreambrines.
That's what I said.
Stop pronouncing names like I do. Stop it.
Now, on Angel rewatches, I always go, the puppet episode. And then 2 seconds in, I'm like, this rocks. Why do I
Great.
Is that the bit where they go, do you want to talk to the hand? And that was a threat. Because then they actually do shove the hand up the back of the guy.
Oh, no.
That's
You
what
guys remember
happened.
the show?
I'm not making it up, folks.
It happens.
It happens.
Speaking of weird TV shows with puppets, so you guys remember Crank Yankers? Was that Jim Henson as well?
No,
I don't think so.
it was unrelated.
I know it's not. I know the writing is Corolla and Kimmel, but don't know who made the puppets. If it was Henson or not. So it looked good too. But anyways, okay. If not, so moving on. It has nothing to do with the Muppets. Apologies, Nick.
Henson made the Ninja Turtles.
Oh yeah,
Did
the
he?
first movie.
Oh, the OG 89
yeah.
Turtles.
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
And apparently he
Really?
didn't love the violence in it. That's why the sequel is like quite lame. There's no
Yeah,
much
like
action in the sequel.
They're only
And
allowed
they're
to
like
use
sitting
their
around
swords.
cabana
to-
sticks and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, they can only cut pizza with their swords and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Shaden,
Oh, it's ruined it for
return-
everybody.
you return home from work one day. Oh, no, you're a freelancer now. So, all right. So let's say you're sitting at your desk, you're working away. A huge storm is coming in. You've just heard it over the radio. So naturally, you want to go check on your animals. make sure everyone's where they should be. You know, horse. There's Billy Bob. There's Steve. There's Dinky too. And then in the middle of the field is a thog. What's your, you know, like you're trying to corral your horses into the barn and whatnot. What do you do about the 9.5-foot thog in your paddock?
I'd probably just let my horses fend for themselves. I'm like, for another day.
Scared of the thog? Like you wouldn't call animal control or try to befriend it and let it into your barn?
No, absolutely not. I'm terrified as it is of my biggest cow we have on the property. I'm not going to deal with a thog. Are you joking? I would
Alex,
look out into the paddock and then I would just close my curtains really slowly and be like, no.
that's awesome. Alex, for to win our no prize for the week, guess the name of Shaden's biggest cow.
Molly?
That felt like a good
Megan?
Right. Nick May, take a stab.
Is it Michael?
No. It doesn't start with an M, and it's a boy. It's a boy.
So Joseph. It's Joseph, isn't it?
Right. Alex, you've shot your shot. Nick Mayfield, the second place.
Yeah, so it's a boy, it starts with an M. It's Malcolm.
No, it doesn't start with an M. It starts with an R. There's a hint. That's all the hints you get.
Rob?
It starts with an R.
Rob? Do you call it Rob?
Yeah, when people send us notes about how good the show is, I say you're welcome. Like Shaden's massive cow.
Well, welcome.
Are there any other guesses?
Yeah, we got any other guesses before we find out?
I got a question to Nick. What's that in the middle?
Is that me?
Oh, it's a girl. Oh, okay. I thought it was Thong's Fog or something.
Easy.
Yeah. Oh, I'll give it some foreground lines.
Not a pork sausage, Alex.
I swear once and it turns into this. My God.
You can't draw when people are watching. Everything changes. It'll go away.
Brilliant.
Can we introduce a new segment to the show that is only going to appear once? Nick May, if you got my text message, can we do a little segment? What cool books has Nick got that he's going to show us and tell us about?
I'll almost go along with that if I can find out what the name of Shaden's bloody cow is.
Oh yeah, need some closure. I forgot.
His name is Rupert.
Rupert.
Like I said.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, that sounds like Joseph.
What are these new books? I want to hear about these books.
Okay, new books. First of all, I did get my Courier Kickstarter rewards in the mail today. So a great day. So lots of Angie Spice goodness.
Oh, nice.
Looking forward to those. My wife just went on an impromptu trip to Los Angeles, and there was a bookstore near where she was staying, and she got me some stuff.
Cool.
One is a big one. Maybe you guys would have seen this when it first came out. It's called Wednesday ComX. It was printed on like a newspaper. Lots of great art by people such as Paul Pope, Mike Allred, Eduardo Rizzo, Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. So that's awesome. A beautiful book called Always Never. It starts with chapter 20, and all of the chapters are sort of out of order, but just a really nice emotional story about a man and a woman reconnecting after many years.
Nice.
A sort of a post-apocalyptic comic set in Japan where the world has been devastated, and this creepy old dude thinks he's the only person left, the only man left in a world full of women, and it turns out that he's not. Again, really beautiful, colourful art. Some black and white Mobius. It's in French, so I need to go back to 1986 when I last studied French, but obviously everything Mobius does is beautiful. Highly recommended. Correct. And then 2 books by a man I'm going to call Tim Hensley. Sort of an older style, an older cartooning style, sort of Dennis the Menace meets Little Lulu sort of stuff, but much more recent than that. And just really beautiful art, really nice use of colours. This one's about Alfred Hitchcock, just done in a sort of a gag cartooning style. Beautiful looking, grids, colours, cartooning, everything that anybody would need.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our new Nick Knows Books or something segment. So,
Nick
send us-
knows
Hey, Nick, I
nothing.
got questions. What was your lovely wife doing in LA? Was it work related?
No. Her sister works for an airline and a very cheap fare came up, so she went over to LA for a week.
That's so cool. I'm
Yeah.
jealous.
Yeah, no, I'm jealous too, except that she came home today and just crashed straight away. But then I sent the kids in to annoy her so she wouldn't suffer from jet lag. So you're welcome, my sweet wife.
What a great husband you
No,
are,
you're
Nick.
not.
You're an amazing husband. I have to take lessons from you. So when Aiko comes back jet lag, I'll just throw the cats at her.
Correct.
Sis, should we take a look at some artwork, perhaps?
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting I'm on the show and I've been watching it. Okay. Well, we've got an early Rob O'Connor.
Ooh.
From when he
From
didn't
what,
know
from
he
the
was going to be on the
70s?
show.
Oh.
So there you go.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
What's his name?
Amazing.
Floyd.
Is that Floyd?
Yeah,
Floyd.
Floyd. After
It's a really
Floyd.
beautiful drawing.
Mm.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Very nice.
Great work, Rob.
And after him, Andrew Lawson in a picture.
Oh, that's also great.
That's
That's really nice
amazing.
drawing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then Hugh McGowan. Tell me if
Ooh,
these
wow.
aren't shown to some people, by the way.
So good.
Yeah, I love that.
That's a lot.
You got lots
Great
of them
stuff,
in.
Hugh.
Pretty cool.
Did you say we got lots of them in?
No, lots
Oh,
of.
he got lots of them in.
Wow.
Sorry, of
Picture.
course. That makes way more sense. Yep. Sorry.
And Dan May did this one
Wow.
Yeah.
earlier in the week because he.
Yeah, Dan.
So good.
Did it take you an hour, Dan?
That's
I know
probably
for a
like
fact that
40
we did
minutes,
not.
I reckon. That's probably like 40 minutes.
He's pretty fast.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a quick sidebar. As prep for the show tonight, I watched the first 2 episodes of Muppets Mayhem,
Oh, okay.
which is the latest Muppets TV show, which follows.
What'd you think, Brad?
It was pretty bland,
Yeah.
but I was lured in. It follows the Electric Mayhem, the band that we just saw illustrated there. And there's lots of learning and growing going on, which is always boring. But someone, I don't know who, said that that they meet the Feebles at some point during the show, or a Feebles stand-in. Now, I don't know if anyone is familiar with the Feebles.
I've heard of them. And I've
Traumatized
avoided them.
some people.
Isn't that Lord of the Rings, Peter Jackson's earlier film?
That's right. It's a film. Absolutely. Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but I heard it's like terrifying.
Yeah, it's insane. It is like the X-rated Muppets. It starts with a fly doing like coke or something like that, and it's all Muppets, and it ends in a massacre with the big hippo lady shooting everyone up with a submachine gun. There's the feature song is a song sung by a gay fox about sodomy and how good it is.
Well, what would you expect from a gay fox?
Yeah, but gay foxes can get away with anything.
They can.
Wasn't
And,
there like a
almost
Norwegian
finished mine.
song about foxes?
What did the
And
fox
so,
say?
did one of the people's
That's the
appear
one,
or not?
yes.
I didn't catch that. So we
It's
continue
me
with
and
the
Nick.
art.
Sorry,
It's
Nick.
between you and me, mate.
We have Rannon. I hope is how it's pronounced.
I love the
that's
colours.
cute.
Oh,
great.
nice.
Oh, gross! It's their offspring. That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Oh yeah! Wow.
No one wants that. That's ew. Do you remember those green pig guys in the latest Mandalorian season? Everyone was saying they look like that.
Oh dear. And Darren Huddy sent in a different Kermit.
Oh, look at the
Oh, that's
rendering.
awesome.
Yeah.
Very fancy.
Schlick.
Dr. Trelawney going to sue somebody. That's awesome, Darren.
That's brilliant.
Then we have someone who might have heard about the Feebles. I don't know.
Oh,
Very
sorry.
very
It's
Even
okay.
a
It's
warning,
medical.
Shane.
Happy
Medical
days.
stuff. They just basically need to calm down.
Wow. That's
And
great.
Spedsy Muppet.
Oh, yeah. Don't give it too much
Awesome.
screen time.
Look at that.
Nah,
Let's
keep it
just
on.
have a look at this. I mean, no, okay. I'll be nice.
I don't know this Muppet. Is that the wimp that got replaced?
Yeah. That was me just trying, I was phoning it in, you guys.
Phone it in. It was a good phone in. Well
That's
done.
good.
Sweet,
good.
I'll take it.
Janet Lockie. Oh, did I press the right key then? No. Got the shakes.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
so
Cool.
good.
Yeah, Janet.
Unreal, Janet.
Okay.
I love the signature as well. That's really cool. That's a really cool signature.
I might take
Does that
that.
have like a shadow box thing on it?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That looks great.
Very creative.
Good old Janet. And a regular to the show, Davo77. Apparently,
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
this couple.
The lovers.
So good.
Awesome, Tony. Great stuff.
Okay.
Oh, we lost.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
no, he's back. Okay,
Someone
and
loving it.
Adam Gillespie. Gillespie.
That's
Sorry. It's the writing's too small. I should be wearing my glasses.
All right, who's going to do the voice?
I don't know their
I don't-
voices.
Look at all them funny heads and them little boxes.
Yeah, something like that.
Nicholas Muppets.
Rad.
And this one from Tony Menzie, I have to agree with.
All of
Oh.
you.
Yeah.
Oh, weirdo.
That's really
That's
good.
cool.
Tony,
That
that's
is amazing.
right.
That is
I like
so
what's going
good.
on.
Look at that for a while I download another picture.
That's
It's
awesome.
clever.
Yeah.
I'll bring up
Yeah.
some
Which
comments.
was the
Nice.
Cheech and Chong part?
Who put Sloppy down there? What's going on?
I think his Windows rebooted him.
Yeah, no. My Windows is working now. Working on it's
Awesome.
working now, so.
Get your own show, Alex.
Sorry?
Nothing.
Okay, after Tony Menzie, we have Nick May.
Oh,
I'm doing it.
Oh,
I love this one.
bringing it home again. That's so good.
But
Oh wow.
was he on the
Um,
Muppets as well? I thought he was a Sesame. We're cheating Sesame Street.
I don't know what you're talking
Muppets.
about, Alex.
What do you mean you don't know? I like the boots. I'm just saying that the count's good.
Nick, talk us through this one. Hang on, I want to dissect it a little bit.
Up.
So it's
An homage to Bram Stoker's Dracula because he is the Count and he likes to count. And there's that one sequence in the movie where his shadow acts independently of himself. And I tried to capture the spirit of that.
You got it. I knew all of
Yeah,
that.
you nailed it.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And blood in the martini?
Apparently.
Bloody Mary.
Okay, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Not sure why he's suspended in the air like that, but anyway, he's a vampire.
Take it up with the artist.
Correct. He won't sleep tonight, I tell you right now.
And then from another person in the room, Shaden.
Oh, yeah.
Goodness me. It's unreal,
Miss
Shaden.
Piggy lost a bit of weight.
Yeah, I was going to draw her as an actual Muppet, but I was like, oh, no, I really want to like spice it up and draw her as if she was like a real person. So,
Awesome.
and I love her fur coat. So I had lots of fun doing the fur on that one.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I want to see you reimagine all the Muppets.
I should have
Especially
put roller
Gonzo.
skates on it now that
Disney.
I'm thinking. I should have put roller skates on it.
Oh, we could
Next
do
time.
Gonzo. I mean, Rob will have lots of reference pictures.
Yeah, I can just send you some
Rob is a
selfies.
reference picture.
Damn it. Just screenshots from this show.
Screenshots from Not likely. I'm just joking around. Okay, then we've got
I'm
Spadsy.
lucky you said that, Sis, because oh, look at
Yeah,
that.
lucky. Or else we're in trouble.
Good.
Is that you? Is that your
Nice stuff,
nipples
Robert.
there, or
That's you can tell from the nipple, so that's definitely
Yeah. And that,
I don't know. I've seen
that
different
bicep,
versions
that
of the
is
nipple
definitely
claiming to
Spadsy. I
be
remember
your nipple.
hugging those biceps.
Why'd you
Now
choose
we know
Bert?
why Bert is always so cranky.
Why'd you choose Bert for such a picture, Robert?
I don't really know. I did that during the show, and Bert was who came out. I did a Bert size shaped head.
Good stuff.
And we've got Brad Daniels.
Oh,
Cool.
Bradley.
I think I got
I
everyone.
love it. That is so
Look at my
awesome.
quick hand. Look how
Think
quick
so.
I am.
I love your eyebrows in it too, Brad. I think you captured them well.
That was like the quickest thing I did. So what do I do? Eyebrows.
No, you did well. You did well. And I love Nick May as well. I think you captured
Yeah, I
Nick May.
love Nick May too.
Oh, yeah. Who doesn't? Seriously.
So good. So fun.
Brilliant, Brad.
I almost need to. Oh, of course. Right. I'm trying to work out who everybody is. Yeah, that's awesome.
You had to take the picture down to remember who
I
it is.
did. There was one person I couldn't work out, so I had to just
That's
do a quick.
awesome. That's great.
And
And we got a bonus picture. Oh, sorry. We got a
No,
bonus
go,
picture.
please.
Brad working a Muppet.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Brad,
That's
what's
so
this
good.
guy's name?
I don't know. He's just a generic Muppet, baby. He hasn't got a name. He's interacting with a monster, as is often discussed tonight. That was one of the comedy shows, the improv shows we did with Muppets.
That's awesome.
Can you give us a little? What did his voice sound like?
He's probably like, "Oh, what's going on here? This is crazy stuff. I'm a very sensible businessman."
You can see those improv skills at work.
yeah.
Right there. Oh, what's going
Yes,
on here?
man.
Oh, some crazy stuff. Oh. So a couple of last.
I look a lot more buff in that drawing than I do in real life.
I'll give you a bit of Arnold energy, let's be honest.
I was born in the same country as him. So.
Yeah, I know.
Rapid fire Muppets facts. Kermit's version of Rainbow Connection from the Muppet movie reached number 25 on the Billboard Hot 100 in November
Woo!
1959. It remained in the top 40 for 7 weeks. It also received an Oscar for best original song. Shaden, queen of the name guessing. Miss Piggy's full name is
Patricia.
Miss Piggy what?
Aren't you the one that uses Google all the time?
Miss
Yeah,
Piggy
well-
Lee.
Miss Piggy who? Lee.
Yeah.
Piggy
Oh.
Lee.
Piggy
Like
Lee.
Lee.
I get it.
Ed,
That's how you know
the
it's
Muppets
a girl.
are almost all right-handed or left-handed.
Mm,
I want to say
Say
left-handed, just because.
Left.
Right.
Left-handed.
Right hand for the thing. Left hand for the stick.
that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense, actually.
Oh, unless they put their hand in it. Sometimes they put their hand in it and talk.
Fozzie was named after puppet builder Faz Fazakis, who, among other things, helped create the mechanism that allowed Fozzie's ears to wiggle.
Ears to wiggle.
Waka, waka, waka.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, rightio. Final fact. Let's take a stab. How many Muppets did Jim Henson create in his lifetime? Approximately
400.
Oh my god.
400. Let's go higher. 400.
Six.
Do I hear 5? 600. 600. Do I hear 7? 700.
200.
800.
Going. Oh, Ed with a weird tactic going backwards. 2,000. It created
Wow.
2,000
Nice.
Muppets.
Holy.
Ed missed out by 1-0.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
All
Muppets.
right. Well, the next segment of our show is where we talk
Not yet.
I have
But we
a.
still have Ryan's art.
Oh,
No.
so good.
That's nice.
Nice work, Ryan. I should have. Yep. Awesome.
Yeah, he did 2. Showing off.
Oh, what?
Hey.
Hell
Nice.
yeah.
Really good
I
run.
love the shading in the hair. That's awesome.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that is wicked. Of course, we
Nice.
have
You're
to
not getting out of this so
I
easily.
heard
Thursday.
shading in the hair. Are you in the hair?
No, I said nice shading in the hair.
Oh.
Shading.
I just wanted Rob to approve of one thing I interrupted with.
You do traditional tonight? Yeah, you did. I thought so.
Whoa.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
dude.
Holy.
That's so good.
That's
Why is it not working for me?
what's the
Yeah.
guy?
That's crazy.
That is
Harry.
wicked.
Crazy Harry who blows things up with dynamite.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome.
As
Okay,
everyone should.
I've got a Muppet fact. I'm going to throw out there. Does anyone know where the Muppets first appeared on national American television?
Didn't Rob open the show with that?
DC.
Was it
Hey?
the Merv Griffin show?
No. Well, I could be wrong, but I'm going to say they were an opening act. For the first season of Saturday Night Live, the Muppets were a part of Saturday Night Live.
Really?
Hmm.
There you go.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Sweet.
And the comedians hated them.
Oh dear.
Why? Because they were funny? They were stealing the
So
spotlight?
do it like these are all like grown up, like funny comedian guys, and they're like the puppets. What are the puppets? What are they doing with puppets here?
Was Chevy Chase
like
the worst offender in this situation?
Let's imagine it was
I have
a
no
little
idea.
kid.
Cool. And just to interrupt, we got the last one.
Oh yeah,
Oh, nice.
Holy moly, bro.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
great.
Wow, Rob.
that is brilliant.
Wow.
The real deal.
That is sick.
And you may have noticed for half the show he just sat there twiddling his thumbs. So wow.
Oh my god. Oh.
So about a quick question: was the microphone drawn in there just because his microphone didn't work?
Hang on, Alex. Nick's working on something here. We're going to get it. We're going to get it.
No, I'm not pressing. It's all. I'm trying to get out of it now.
I thought we were doing a back and forth until you got the shot. Sorry, Alex, I stepped on you. What do you got?
No, I just said that like Rob drew a microphone for his Muppet, but his microphone doesn't work. So I don't know if there's something there.
There's something in that your microphone doesn't sound too great either, Alex.
Yeah, don't worry. My Windows microphone will be back next week.
Be back.
Something to look forward to.
You look unconvinced. That was super unconvincing there, Sizzle.
All right, so are we good, Sis? We're going into the segment where we talk about ourselves real quick, but for Ryan, we might give him an extra couple of minutes in the sun just because we would like our new people on the show to introduce themselves and tell us a little bit about themselves. So we'll go around the room and then we'll spend a little bit of time with Ryan real quick. And a little segment that goes like this.
This poor person is looking through the newspaper for info on what projects our artists have been working on. And this lost individual is using a map to find where she can follow our artists on social media and buy their books. How about we save them the trouble and just tell them? We call this next segment shameless self-promotion.
Yeah, well, I'm feeling lazy, so I'm just going to do my promotion with a video. Ready to print.
Up there someplace.
Get it now. So that video goes for a pretty long time. So does this make my self-promotion longer than Alex's for once?
No, you've still got about 6.5 minutes to beat Alex.
Oh, well. Over to you, Rob.
Mine's just a quick one. 2 books on Kickstarter right now. Ring Around the Rosie, written by me, drawn by Lee Chalker, Ben Sullivan, and Ryan Vella. It's a co-Kickstarter-y thing between me and Sis, Psychodata, and ComX, together at last. Battery Hen is part of the Kickstarter as well, full of Ryan Vella goodness. I'll just shoot myself up. I said a quick one, and now I'm belaboring the fact, but I'll just show you some stuff. Look at that.
Sorry about that.
This person's getting a taser in the eyeballs. So if you're a fan of Ryan Vella's artwork, then that's a must-have. And then if you're a fan of Ryan Vella being penciled and then inked by Lee Chalker and Ben Sullivan, that's a must also. So please click the rosie.comx.studio. We hope to launch before next week's Drink and Draw or the day of. We'll see what happens. Yeah, check it out. Thanks.
Cool.
Quick colors.
I'll do a quick one. This is one of my newest books. It's called Propeller Ella. The next person to buy it, if you want, I'll chuck in some Angel Muppet comics.
Oh, nice.
There's that second Fight Club reference. That's all from me. You can take me off full screen now.
Yeah, it's going very slow, my computer, for some reason.
Yeah, mine too. Everything I click.
Everything I click is taking forever.
My series is No Man's Land. It's all about roller skating and girl power. And essentially, you can find it on my online store, shadedart.com. You can also find me on YouTube. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, the whole kit and caboodle. So, yeah, you can find me everywhere.
Ooh.
Go on.
Okay, so
Go on.
people have half an
Alex.
hour spare.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yes,
keep everybody on the...
Actually, before I go anything out, this part is not funny, so don't. I'm not trying to be funny here. I took a look at the guy who did the sounds for Transformers and Muppet Babies, and his name is Robert J. Walsh, and he passed away a couple of years ago. So actually, I took a look that I talked to him in August 17th, 2015 on LinkedIn. Was our last conversation. He died only like 2-3 years after that. So that's a bit sad to find out. So, but if you go on his wiki, he's got a bunch of, like, he worked with Stan Lee. So that's comic related. And he also worked with Jim Henson and a bunch of other people. He worked on G.I. Joe, Transformers, Gem. I actually know another guy from Gem. He lives in China. I've talked to him. He's another animator. Very good guy. But yeah, it's kind of weird. And then also, so it kind of bummed. I never had the chance to work with him. So I remember that, like, when the investor didn't want to spend with the money on him, my friend was like, I said, don't worry, you'll get the chance to work with him again. Doesn't look like that's going to happen, so that sucks. But anyways, so just to give the man credit, his name's Robert Walsh, so he did like a lot of good stuff for Muppets, Fraggle Rock, and Transformers. So there's that. So that was a thing. And then Nick, take it away. Cheer us up.
Am I allowed to say anything about what we have to do, or do we have animation?
Oh yeah, go for it. Go for it.
No? Yeah?
Yeah. I think there's animations to go.
That's for our
and then Rob's.
That's in our dancing segment, which is after Brad.
It is too. I forget.
So we don't do that anymore. Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm going to be really short. Obviously, buy Nick Quick's books because they're all fantastic. Buy Shaden's books, they're fantastic. Buy everything you can from Ed, they're fantastic. Get some of Rob's stuff, they're unfinished but also fantastic. Get stuff from Sizzle and be on the lookout for Vamoose.
Hang on.
Apparently, I heard that that comics with green covers don't sell. So
What?
I made a green cover just to prove that wrong. So I'm expecting that our good friend Jeff Lee's record is going to be broken when the new issue of the Moose comes out at a later date. So look forward to that.
Of a Moose 4 update, I finished my pages today. So there you go. And I received Nick Cleary's art today. So,
I'm in the club.
Yeah, waiting on Ben Sullivan and Hayden Spurrell, and then we've got it all. Got it all, son.
Wow, fantastic.
Ryan, Christopher, tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you do, and all that good stuff.
Okay, so I'm the guy behind Cornerbox Comic Art.
Yeah, of course.
So it's Australia's first, I guess, sort of dedicated comic art rep, art sales business. I've got the pleasure of representing Wayne Nichols, Jordan Beatty, Lauren Marshall, Colin Wilson, Jason Paulos. So if you're ever in the market for some artwork, commissions, the like, I'm more than happy to look after you there. And also, I'm lucky enough that I'm going to be getting my first published artwork in Ryan Vella's Battery Hand number 3. I've been penciling my page as over the last couple of days, I've been sort of working on the rough pencils for it. I'm very excited. Yeah. So you'll see me at the moment, Queensland shows here and there, selling my stuff and everybody else's. And yeah, if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to answer them. I guess my brain is full of all my corner box stuff all the time. So if anyone wants to ask anything that might help people watching, let me answer.
Well, how does
I've got a
someone?
question for you, Ryan.
Yeah, please go, Brad.
How much would do you have any Jason Paulus Hairbutt the Hippo art lying around?
I can ask Jason, but I don't have any available right now. I do have some of his latest Phantom covers and his covers to Sky's Cavern Library.
Nice.
But yeah, let me check on that.
That's awesome.
No worries. Back to you, Rob.
I was going to say, how does one join up with Cornerbox and have you sell their art and whatnot?
It's really if I'm open to having conversations with anyone. It's mainly just if our thoughts and ideas about what we want to get out of a working relationship align, then I'm happy to work with just about anyone.
Yeah.
So just drop me an email. You'll find all my contact details on cornerboxcomicart.com. You can send me a message through Facebook, Instagram, any of the socials, except for TikTok because.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And what else?
I got another question.
Yeah.
If I own a couple of pieces of original copy art, comic art. Do you have any pieces that are affordable for people who would be interested in starting their journey into getting some original comic art?
I definitely try to keep things as affordable as I can, within working with the artists to sort of come to that sort of agreement.
They need to get some money out of it.
Yeah, and commissions, I guess. So through Cornerbox right now, we've got artists at every price point as far as commissions go. From your from someone like Jordan Beatty, who's just starting out in the industry, through to your Colin Wilson pieces, who you're fully cover ready, basically black and white art from Judge Dredd, Rogue Trooper, Blueberry, things like that. So if someone does want to get into collecting, I'm certainly more than happy to shoot some ideas their way about what's something that you can pick up now that is not only going to look good but is only going to appreciate in value, I guess. I've heard a couple of important things. One is I'm doing a private signing with Dean Rankine for Untold Tales of Fairyland #1.
Cool.
So you can find the details of that on the website as well. So you'll be able to get signed and remarked copies of the book, halo graded with a custom label. They're going to look super, super fancy. They're limited to 10. So that's a great way to support not only a local business, but multiple local businesses, and a large part of that goes straight into Dean's pocket as well. I did a signing with Tom Taylor last year. I'm waiting to get those books back. But again, they're limited to 10. They've signed and they've got little Nightwing quotes on them, custom labels. Yeah, I'm trying to do something unique that celebrates those successes that, because I I was very cautious when starting this process that I didn't want to step on Sizzle's toes, because I appreciate what he's doing with the comic scene and sort of building a local community. So I very much wanted to take some focus and put it on the guys who are achieving some, like, to me, really substantial international success right now, and then take those books and give them sort of the deluxe treatment, so that if a collector wants to pick one up, they know that they're getting something which is, I guess, like the top of the line as far as like a locally made and produced comic collectible is going to be. And then I'm working with an international partner of mine to do a private signing with legendary Inca Rudy Nebres, who worked predominantly for Marvel during the 70s and 80s on tales like Savage Sword of Conan, Red Sonja, and the like. And you can find those details as well. Really affordable stuff for a guy who's 86 years old and still churning out like luscious line work and super fine detail. Yeah, so if you keep an eye on the socials, I'm really trying to put together some unique experiences that don't typically get made.
So good.
That don't typically get made exclusively available to Australians, and that's, I guess, with these international ops too. They're exclusively available to Australian customers.
That's really cool.
Okay, great. What about you, Rob? Deathship Jenny, of course, is Rob's flagship title. There we go. Excellent.
That's awesome.
Great book. Worth checking out. And of course, Deathship Jenny is available at the ComX shop, where it's a flat rate postage of $9.
For now,
so,
getting quick.
Yeah, that's like
Australian Post has just upped the postage, so it will be changing to $10 very soon.
Yeah, so quickly fill those boxes, and yeah, $9 shipping for however many books you get. Ed,
I've got my books, the radical ones. They're at the comic shop as well.
Yep.
And then everything else is at Ed Keasley Art on Patreon and Instagram. So you can check out stuff there.
awesome. We'll just leave it sit there just for a second too long, so people get to feel awkward and whatnot.
Yeah,
All right.
I got no choice in the matter. The computer's
All right, Brad.
going super slow.
Let's do a awkward
muted,
close
Brad?
up for
You
you.
muted?
No longer muted. I also have comics at the ComX shop. Please go there. Buy everyone's comics. They're all freaking good. My latest one is Alpha Spice Tara. It's an all-ages fantasy adventure. It's got a cute monkey in it. It's an epic tale of fairies that grant wishes. Here's the latest page featuring a monster that was designed during Drink and Draw.
nice.
During the monster week we had. That's the monster I made. There's the page it's on.
Oh yeah, Sizzle owns
Also-
the copyright to that.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Ah!
I got rights.
Oh my god! It's all gone horribly wrong. Coming up. Tales Too Stupid to Tell, The Collected Tales, Volume 2, 100 pages of hilarious comics. Shane, did you get my video?
I got it. And here it is. If it works, hang on. Oh, my computer's being
Let's see
such a
if it
pain.
does.
There we
Woo!
go.
It's,
So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll give you a second
pre-register
to
your
grab your
interest
phone.
now. It's going to be launching in just under 2 weeks' time. Super keen. Also,
leave that up as long
go
as I
for
can.
Edge Comics on Facebook and Instagram. I'm done. I'm out.
That flyer has arms.
It's good. The kicker has arms.
Hello, everybody.
Kill me. Kill me. Oh, sorry. I'm done. I'm
Are we
done.
taking turns? Who gets to take him off the screen? I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's do Alex again.
Hey, he's back. You got 3 people who can press the buttons, and we all press it at the same time. We've got a late bit of art just snuck through.
Yes, thank you.
Analogy past the keeper or something, they say.
Yep, I'll bring it up.
Oh, you click. Well, either all
So
click
you
or
guys
not.
were talking, I thought you had your finger on the pulse there.
Good.
That's Lucy.
The people
Lucy
together.
Linton
Pearl
Smith,
Hero.
I think is the full name.
That is great. That should be on a t-shirt. Look at that.
That is
Yeah,
so
that's
good.
Fantastic.
It's awesome, isn't it?
Wonderful.
It's Scarlett Johansson.
Oh,
We
yeah,
have to
that's
wait,
not famous.
Lucy.
Yeah, right.
Scarlett Johansson.
Ah.
And I just
Oh,
want to
I
give
get
a
it.
bit of a shout out
Good one.
to Angie Spice for this beautiful thing from her latest Kickstarter. And I'll just bring it in why we're loving it so much. Because it was Tequez.
The Kez.
Well done, Kerry. Supporting local artists. I wish Shane would.
Yeah. There should really be 2 copies there, Sis. All right. Well, it's that part of the show where we
Can't
go.
be. Surely Shaden.
No, Shaden doesn't get to speak today.
Go again.
Yeah, so let's thank you to our resident animator, Alex Major. We get to dance and draw at the end of the show here. So let's take a little look and see what Alex has come up with.
Hey, thanks, Kerry.
There you go. I didn't put the
Hey,
fart
Kirby.
slugs in there. There's no music.
What is she doing to that frog, Alex?
Well, she's not farting on it, so there you go. I restrained that much.
There's some restraint there. Congratulations.
I'm restrained.
There you go. It's last week. By the way, there was another
Also
Muppet.
questionable.
Hagar is a Muppet?
There was another Muppet I did before.
Okay. Points at home if you can spot the Muppet.
I did a Muppet like a couple of weeks ago.
We're waiting.
There he is.
Yeah.
There's the Muppet.
Oh,
the count.
count.
There you go.
Man.
Am I the only one not getting music?
Yep.
Not getting
We're
what?
rocking out over here.
We are rocking out over here. Rocking out with our stuff. Something or other. Oh, what's happened?
Yeah.
Let the good times roll.
There you go.
All right, time for Alex and Nick May mashup. Let's go, gentlemen.
Go, Nick.
Well, obviously, you've liked what you've seen tonight, so make sure you push like on whatever platform you're on. And then because you like it, you've got to subscribe, because when you like and subscribe, you're tweaking those with the algorithm. And because you don't want to miss out on anything, be sure to ring that bell. And then when you ring the bell, you'll get notifications. But always watch out for the toilet with 2 kids.
But always watch out for Spedsy just getting the last little bit of air that he can
Brad's
suck
still
out of
dancing.
himself. All right. Well, that's our show for this week, technically. Next week, a subject I know zero about. We will.
Oh, really?
We will be talking about Battlestar Galactica. I've not seen a single frame of it. I know there's a hot lady in a red dress. That's all
That's
I've got.
the new one. Yes.
Yeah,
I know the
so
old one and the new one.
brace
Even the new one, so
for
that new.
some ignorance. It's going to be delightful.
What number are we up to next week?
97.
97.
97. Wow.
Yeah, Pearl Jam
Any
just released.
hints to what episode 100 might be about?
Yeah, think
Well,
about
it'll be
that.
about the TV show The 100, about the 100 people that in that spaceship.
Oh, not that. Is that that bad one on Channel 9?
It was going
Way
to
to
be
bring it home.
Well, I have plans, but I they have to come to fruition. I have to actually do them, so I dare not promise things that I don't deliver. But I've heard that
You,
Santa.
you guys should all come to Sydney.
Santa. Leave Santa out of this one.
Why
Too
does
soon
everyone
for
say
Santa.
that? It was hilarious.
It's in July.
We're going to end the show with a little something special tonight. So instead of a normal outro, we will have something. Nick, maybe you want to tell the good folks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, Brad. Can we just give Brad? Sorry, Brad. That exclamation. We missed it. We'll step them. Okay.
I was just like, yeah, I want to watch Dick's Kids animation. Let's do it.
Well, there you go. That's. I mean, he just introed it, but let's go. Nick, what are we looking at?
No, we're looking at Bryony's final piece from her animation degree. Took a lot of time, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in the May household, but really proud of what she created.
Yeah, well, so that's been our show for this week. We're going out with an animation from a good friend of the show, Bryony May. So we will see you next week. Thank you so much to those who have sent in art. And please draw some ladies in red dresses. Cylons. Is that what they are?
Bring on the Cylons.
I know two things. Red dresses, Cylons. All right, so we will see you next week.
Command.
Oh, nice.
Yeah!
I want to do a thing now that whenever Brad talks, everyone go dead silent for about 10 seconds because I want to just let everything ruminate and sit. It's just, that's the thing. Okay.
Yeah!
All right. Thanks so much, everybody. Thanks, Bryony May, for our new outro, and we'll see you next week with Battlestar Galactica. Bye-bye.
Yeah!
Landing from the sky, and you pop my bubble. Banging on my window, looking for some trouble. Don't get me wrong, I'm not for being subtle. But they really shouldn't let you leave your house without your muzzle. While you're screaming at me, I go back to smiling. Sorry, what did you say? I wasn't listening. Lost in my mind 'cause reality bites. You got some plans to ruin my life. Me and my friends go party in my head. Lost in my mind 'cause reality wanna disappear from this conversation. Gonna alienate from the bad vibration. Shut your mouth. What's your dissertation? I'm the motherfucking king of the explanation. While you're screaming at me, I go back to smiling. Sorry, what did you say? I wasn't listening. I wasn't listening. Lost in my mind 'cause reality bites. You got some plans to ruin my life. Me and my friends go party in my head. Lost in my mind 'cause reality Dear diary, he's the worst. I just killed him, call the hearse. I drown the noise, I drown the hurt. Hear your voice, but not a word.